Hey everybody, I'm so excited to be here today. The November Awakening Summit, all of these summits are so exciting, and this one in particular is, incredibly exciting with the awakening, and so many things have happened in the past couple of months, and now we're coming to the close of the year, and always such an interesting time in November and December. So very happy to be here and happy with anybody else that can join. And, hopefully this information is beneficial to you. So I'm going to talk about one of my very favorite topics in all of the energy work and Ayurveda, the Akashic records, pretty much in any of the work I've done. The chakras have always been my favorite topic. So today we're going to talk about the chakras. We're going to go into details about each one. And then to wrap things up, we're going to do a little healing session with the dowsing rod. Nothing to be scared about. It's just very gentle healing at the end. So we'll just jump right in. So chakra is actually a Sanskrit word that means wheel. So if we were to look at an actual chakra, which it's part of the more subtle body, so it's not as though we have something to hold, but chakra is a Sanskrit word meaning wheel. So these are little wheels within the body that are turning, that are help keeping the energy flowing. And in Western culture, outside of yoga class, you don't often hear people talking about their chakras being out of alignment, or oh my gosh, my root chakra was so on fire today, I couldn't sit still. Or maybe something like, wow, my third eye chakra was so open that I could read everyone's mind, and, I could see into the other realms. Sometimes that, sometimes you do get people that do, refer to specific areas of their chakras, but it's just not, you're not going to see it every day. Your Western allopathic doctor's probably not going to refer to your chakras. But it's a real thing. In Ayurveda and also in Chinese medicine, they're often referring to different energy points of the body. And the health of one's chakras is directly connected to health of the physical body. Also connected to the mind, the emotional well-being of the person. And, chakra and yoga have been interlaced from the beginning. So we go back a few thousand years to 1500 to 500 BC, and we go into the ancient texts called the Vedas, which, you might be familiar with, the ancient texts of the yogis. And according to the Vedas, there are 7 energy centers of the body called the chakras. And so we think about these 7 wheels, the 7 chakras in the system. We have 6 major chakras that run along the spinal cord. So we have, starting at the base, if you were sitting in lotus position, starting at that base where your seat hits the earth, that's your root chakra. And then about 1 hand length up, you have your sacral chakra. Then your solar plexus, then your heart, your throat, your third eye, and those are the 6. And then the 7th outside of the body is the crown chakra on top of the head. So if we take a look, and I do have a couple of slides that I could share with you, we have pretty good representation here about what these chakras look like. And so you have this subtle body, we're made up of the physical body, but we also have this subtle body. And if you look at the chakras, you look at the rainbows flowing from the root all the way up to the crown of his head. You see these chakras running through the body. And then you also see this tube, maybe a little tube connecting all of these chakras that kind of opens up down here, and then it opens up at the top. And so that's the prana tube. So that prana tube forms a trilateral symmetry of the body. We have the right side, the left side, and then we have this neutral center space where that prana life force energy runs. And we have this central neutral space so that the gears of these chakras can turn. It's kind of like giving them a neutral space so they have room to spin. And when they're spinning in the proper direction and they're spinning at the right speed, we probably feel really great. So there is a doctor at the Ayurvedic Institute in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Wonderful teacher, teaches courses on Ayurveda and really specific courses on the chakras and healing. He also founded the Ayurvedic Institute in New Mexico. And he talks a lot about chakras and that they're made of different substances, that they're present in the physical, the ethereal, the mental, and the causal bodies. And so what this means is it affects our organs and our body processes, and it affects our energy overall. You know, when you have a stomach ache, you don't necessarily feel like running and jumping or maybe even meditating. So you know that it just affects more than your physical body. But it also gives us a clue as to why it's so important to have those chakras balanced. So if we take a look over here, we have, once again, the root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, and crown. If we're looking at the chart on the screen, and I also added the symbol in there because I think even the symbol gives it a little bit of energy and it kind of connects you to that ancient idea of the chakras. And then I also put in the Sanskrit words so that you can refer back to that Sanskrit, that original word that connects you to your root chakra, that connects you to the throat chakra in that traditional way. So the root chakra is also known as the Muladhara. Sacral chakra is Svadhisthana, dwelling place of the self. Then you have solar plexus, which is Manipura, which is that lustrous gem. And you think about that, think about a beautiful yellow diamond. Your heart is the Anahata, or the unstruck. Your throat, which is that bright blue color, the Shuddha, which is purification. So when we're speaking and we think about communication, we're thinking of purity of communication and speech. The third eye, which is Ana, which is to perceive. And then the crown, which is Saraswara, or thought, is that nice, pure purple, kind of bright purple color that really helps you feel very peaceful and calm. And so one of the things about knowing those symbols and knowing how that flows is when you can actually balance yourself, you can refer back to those colors. You can refer back to those colors to help you remember exactly, you know, what reminds you of the place that you feel out of balance, or maybe where do you feel really in balance. So as we move forward, I'll go to the next picture here to talk a little bit about how the chakras affect our body and what systems they will impact. So once again, if we start from the bottom of this chart here, we have the root chakra, the Muladhara, and that affects the reproductive system, and it's connected to the organs of the gonad organs. Then we have the functional feelings, or the functional sense, which is we feel grounded, we feel really rooted in survival, and that nothing is going to be a challenge for us. Then sometimes if we're feeling a little bit ungrounded, fearful, we feel loneliness, that's really where the disordered feeling or the unbalanced feeling of that chakra comes in. But with our affirmation of I am, we can bring ourselves back to that space of being grounded, having that firm foundation under our feet, knowing that we can survive no matter what. Then we move up to the sacral chakra. And if we think about the system here and we think about that location of the sacral chakra, we think about genito or urinary systems, and that the adrenals and the kidneys are kind of in that band, just kind of touching that band between the sacral and the solar plexus. So we feel confident. This is where we feel passion. This is where we feel intimacy and we feel close. And sometimes when we're not balanced in that sacral chakra area, we can feel anxious, which is directly attached to the adrenals. We feel stifled. We feel that we're not so creative. We stifle creativity. We don't feel that we're creating the things that we need to create. So that affirmation here to kind of bring us back into balance, and I'll explain that later, is this is all about feel. I feel connected, I feel confident, I feel passion. Then moving up to the solar plexus, that yellow gem, this is connected to the digestive system. And also this is where we're connected to the pancreas, the liver, the gallbladder, and the stomach. We feel ambition, we feel confident when this is in balance. When we're not balanced, we feel anger, comes out of nowhere. We feel insecure. All of those imbalances in those organs, when we clear out those organs, we can get back into that functional space. And I do is the affirmation of the solar plexus chakra. This is, you feel you can take action. You feel that, again, you feel grounded, you feel you're confident, but this goes a little bit further with ambition. You feel inspiration. You can be a little bit more creative here. So moving up to the heart chakra, Anahata, this is the circulatory system. And the heart is directly connected to the thymus. And we have love, contentment, and self-worth. All of those feelings of the heart. And it's this beautiful green color that really brings forth the energy of the heart chakra. So when we're not feeling as balanced in the heart area, it can cause immunity problems. We don't feel very energetic. We feel not so loved. We feel just kind of left out and kind of not belonging. And really the overall affirmation here is I love. So when we can feel in that space of unconditional love, then we have that balanced circulatory system. And if you think about love and how it emanates through your entire body, the heart chakra is that center, that core that connects you to the rest of the world, not only yourself, but through the rest of the world, through self-worth and self-value. So now moving in up to the throat chakra, you know, the heart and throat, even though they are that equal distance, just, you know, as the energy flows, we have that deep connection with our heart and our throat with communication. We sometimes communicate out of love. But here we have respiratory and metabolic, which kind of runs through the heart. Your lungs are attached to your heart, but also to your throat with that deep connection there. Your thyroid, your parathyroid, also the clear organs that are connected here. You feel open and honest expression. You're able to speak your truth. You feel that you have a voice and you can use it. And the affirmation of I speak is your strength coming out of your voice. It's not just coming through words. It's not just rolling off your tongue. It's actually coming from the soul level of the throat. If you're feeling unbalanced, you might feel a little more suppressed, might get a lot of sore throats, a lot of raspiness if you're having trouble speaking your truth. So if you just kind of go back and say, I speak, I speak, I speak, and you say that affirmation to yourself, it's helpful to bring you back into balance. Then moving up to the third eye, or Ana, this is the autonomic nervous system. If you think about this whole space right through here, and it's connecting up to the brain, right through here is your pituitary, but you also have your eyes and your ears, all part of communication. You take in so much outside information with your eyes and your ears. And then also, this is all about intuition and growth. You see here with that invisible eye, you take in all of those things and it builds that intuition that you can really understand what's going on in the outside world through that third eye. The hormone imbalance and lack of direction are some of the things that really point to an imbalance here, as well as, feeling that you can't really see or that you don't want to see. Some of that is certain situations in your life and you don't really see that there are problems in relationships, or you don't really see that there are problems in your life path or in your job. It's just not something that you want to look at that point, which also kind of points to an imbalance. So the affirmation here is I see. The crown, the Sahasrara, I always have a hard time pronouncing that one. The central nervous system, the pineal gland. This is where we feel self-realization and oneness. This is where we feel bliss. And when we feel really connected to the rest of the earth and all sentient beings. We have psychosis, depression, confusion, disconnection. Those are some of the disorders or imbalances that come when the crown chakra is out of balance. And the affirmation here is I know. But we also have a lot of outside information that hits us. It could hit at any one of these chakras. Depending on your sensitivity, you may feel more emotion in one chakra over the other. And that comes with understanding your own intuition, your own clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience. However you are working through your sensitivities, you may feel some of those external influences coming through different parts of your body that throws one of your chakras out of whack. For example, your creativity may be stifled a little bit more when you have an imbalance in your crown chakra. But one of the things that you can do each morning is go through your chakras, and as a very quick exercise, 5-minute exercise, if you want to sit in the lotus position on the floor, and you can ground yourself and then repeat each of the affirmations 3 times as you're moving up the spine. So as you're sitting in lotus position, your eyes closed, and you picture that central neutral space where that prana tube is, and you start at the root chakra and you repeat 3 times, I am, I am, I am. You can take a couple of breaths, and then you move up to the next chakra with I feel, I feel, I feel. And that's just one of the exercises that you can do as you go through all of the chakras to keep yourself in balance and also to keep the energy flowing. Again, it's like you could drive a car that has 4 wheels. You can drive a car with 3 wheels, or you could, maybe you have 2 flat tires and you have to drive the car on 2 tires. You might still be able to drive it, but it gets a little bit more difficult the more things that are out of balance or broken. And so it's really important to keep your chakras in balance. And just to kind of talk a little bit further about keeping in balance and healing yourself, I always talk about how your body has such incredible power to heal. And there are so many different ways for it to heal. And it's really what resonates with you. And so some of these recommendations here, if they resonate with you, great. Or if you have any other things that you like to do and you can fit them into the chakras and you can fit them into the purpose of the chakra, that's absolutely wonderful. Because using your intuition and following through on that is a really important message that your guides are giving to you. So, you know, really great to follow your intuition on what works best for you. Do your research and, you know, whatever resonates, follow through with that. So here are a couple of other recommendations on what you can do to keep your body in balance and to heal. And if we start again at the root chakra loves root vegetables, loves red foods, likes anything red clothing. For all of these, really, if you're looking to pull more one chakra over the other, more in balance, you can wear the color of clothing that day. You can wear all purple one day if you want to feel more connected to your higher self and to the akasha. And then getting back to the sacral chakra, the solar plexus, you know, as we move up, we go from red to orange. In that sacral chakra loves orange, passion fruit, sesame, cinnamon, things that really get that passion moving. If we move up, we have to really ground ourselves with our solar plexus. You know, we talk a lot about the gut, and we talk a lot about following our gut feelings. And one of the ways to really nurture that chakra is through quinoa, grains, chamomile, turmeric. Turmeric really helps to reduce the inflammation. Lower inflammation in the body is always really great, a huge help for you. Heart chakra loves green, so wearing green colors, leafy greens, basil, cilantro, green tea, things that the heart chakra really likes, just to give that vibrant green, earthy life force energy into that heart chakra. The throat chakra, you know, you always want to keep that throat lubricated. You always want to keep the words flowing, because your throat and that throat chakra really go through a lot. It takes a lot. And it also can, you know, it can be very healing. You can use healing words, but you can also use words that aren't always so healing. And then one of the ways to get back to more healing and positivity is purified water, juices, herbal teas, anything that nurtures that area, that gives it a little hug. Especially as the seasons change, we want to make sure that we take care of that and nurture that throat chakra. So moving up to the third eye. Third eye loves anything blue, blueberries, blackberries, wine, grape juice. Again, anything that's, you know, that indigo color, that really nice blue, the darker colors that can really stimulate our brains, that, you know, helps detox, as well as kind of settle our brains down and help us be a little bit more serene and calm, especially when we just have so much coming at us, and we have so much stimulus coming at us that, you know, we really need to keep ourselves calm and help us feel really relaxed, or sattvic, as we say in Ayurveda. And then moving up to the crown chakra. Crown chakra is all about connecting to that higher self in that higher space of the akasha. And fasting, you know, fasting may help bring your crown chakra, if that resonates with you, back into balance. Incense, oils, anything that stimulates that upper area, you know, just right above the brain. And have a couple of pictures here. The oils will help. Essential oils and anything natural really helps any chakra. If it corresponds to the color, great. Or, you know what, if it just resonates with you, maybe the root chakra feels really great after blueberries. Perfect. You know, whatever works for you. I always say, follow what works best for your body, because nobody knows your body like you do. Other foods that are really great, you know, there's something called the rainbow diet. I'm not really familiar with it, but I had a teacher that would always talk about the rainbow diet, and it was about making sure that you have every color on your plate. And, you know, I think that makes a really beautiful food presentation. And that's kind of what Buddha bowls remind me of. They remind me of the rainbow food plan, which is you have some red, some orange, some yellow, some green, some blue, some purple or violet. So you have all of those colors of the rainbow, and you sit down and it just looks so nourishing, but also so colorful, and it's just really inviting. Juices are also really great. Juices, you can easily make the color of the rainbow with, you know, all of the fruits and vegetables that, you know, we have access to. So just some recommendations on how to balance and heal. So one of the things I mentioned at the beginning is that I wanted to, you know, do a walkthrough of a healing and balancing chakra exercise. And we started talking a little bit about how you can do this every morning. It really takes 5 minutes. Don't have to spend a lot of time. The exercise that you can do every morning is you have this chart in front of you showing the colors of the chakra, and you name the chakra, and you go through 3 times to each chakra saying the affirmation. So I'm going to do a little bit deeper healing here. I'm going to go through a couple of different affirmations that will help balance whoever's listening out there, the presentation, whoever, if you come upon this, and hopefully this will help get you in balance and help you feel really healthy and healed. So right now I have my dowsing rod here. I use dowsing for energy management. And this is very similar to a pendulum. It's a little bit stronger in energy. It pulls in the energy from our guides and our masters and teachers to be present during this healing. And we move from the root chakra all the way up to the crown chakra, and we'll be using an affirmation to help clear. So just sit back and relax, and you can actually refer to this anytime to come back to if you're feeling a little bit out of balance and, you know, maybe want to check your chakras. So at this time, I call upon my guides, our angels, and teachers to be present and assist as necessary for this healing. So as you're sitting there and you want to take 3 deep breaths to get yourself grounded, you're breathing in and breathing out, 3 seconds each. 2 more breaths, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and settling into that grounded space. Breathing out and letting out all of the tension out of your body as your shoulders sink lower. Starting at the root chakra, clear, balance, and heal chakra number 1, the root chakra. I will survive. I will survive. I will survive. I will thrive. I will thrive. I will thrive. Moving up to the next chakra, clear, balance, and heal chakra number 2, the sacral chakra. I am nurturing and complete. I am nurturing and complete. I am nurturing and complete. Moving up the spine, we come to the 3rd chakra. Clear, balance, and heal, chakra number 3, the solar plexus. I feel the world at peace. I feel the world at peace. I feel the world at peace. Moving up the spine, we come to the 4th chakra. Clear, balance, and heal, chakra number 4, the heart chakra. I embrace unconditional love. I embrace unconditional love. I embrace unconditional love. Moving up to the 5th chakra, we come to the throat chakra. I say I am enough. I say I am enough. I say I am enough. Moving up the spine to the 6th chakra, clear, balance, and heal, chakra number 6, the 3rd eye. I see with clarity. I see with clarity. I see with clarity. Moving up into the ether, we move to the chakra number 7. Clear, balance, and heal, chakra number 7, the crown chakra. I open to enlightenment. I open to enlightenment. I open to enlightenment. And as we settle into that cleared and balanced space, we go back down to the root chakra, to the sacral chakra, to the solar plexus, through the heart chakra, through the throat chakra, the 3rd eye chakra, and the crown chakra, clearing out any remnants that we may have left behind. We wrap those tight and send it back to source to reprocess. And as we bring our awareness back into our bodies, we feel our toes, our legs, our belly, our chest, neck, and head. We wiggle our fingers, breathe in, and breathe out. And I will now say a prayer to close the healing session. Kadosh, 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 Adonai Sabaoth. Kadosh, 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 Adonai Sabaoth. Kadosh, 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 Adonai Sabaoth. So be it, so it is. And the session has ended. So thank you very much for your time. Namaste.
What is life? What is death? What am I doing here? Who am I without?
I sat up in bed and I realized in that instant of sitting up in bed and breathing, I went, like this breathing in air. I realized I hadn't been breathing the whole time. that had been in this experience. And I made that sound so loudly, it woke Tony up, and he sat up and said, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" And I said, "I don't know, but my life will never be the same again."
It got bigger and bigger and brighter until it was filling in every direction, and it was made up of lights and flames and white, and just got closer and closer, and then all of a sudden it hit me.
But suddenly there was like this kind of like this portal just opened, that there I could just sense that I have access to all the information in the universe.
So I had like this very deep connection with my team, offered up this prayer, and within like 2 months, my entire life fell apart. So, Spirit doesn't mess around. And when you ask, it is always given.
And then in that dream, I understood that what I am is mirrored throughout the whole cosmos, that I'm part of all of that. I am literally part of everything in the cosmos, and all of that is part of me. It can be seen by me through these mirrors. And so I felt like this web of life, you cannot unplug from it. You cannot get out of it. No matter what you do, you are in it, and it is glorious. And all of that energy and potential and creativity and possibility is ours. And that all of the universe is reflected in our very being, in our very selves. And everything that we are is reflected throughout the whole universe too. There is no separateness. There is no such thing as anything being separate.
2020, what a ride. My life is 100,000 times better than I ever imagined it could be.